What's going on, and welcome on into the channel. As promised, just another Q&A session here. Just gonna get this video up and running for everyone. The live chat will be open, and it's pretty much just gonna be as is, you know. I'm gonna play some rounds at Cypress Dunes. This is early 1981 society, and if you guys want to hop in, ask some questions, feel free to ask some questions. Last week, it actually turned into a pretty cool thing. Somebody hopped in and did ask a bunch of questions about putting, struggle with putting in the short game. Pretty much gave them a live tip video on putting. So, you know, that's pretty cool. Ask a bunch of questions about putting. There you go. I think the volume is working. So the chat's open for you guys. Feel free to hop in, ask any questions, watch along. If you're going to watch later, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you guys have not seen, I've put up multiple videos now. Let's see the videos that the last video I did. I went through an in-depth analysis of all the new skills and exactly what you're going to want to be looking for. When the game comes out, I'll be running the tests and telling you guys how you can layer all of those a lot better, so that way you can be maxing out boosts as much as possible. I went through the whole new archetype builds, all of the new clubs, and if you have any questions regarding that stuff, then we can go through that as well. But there's a lot of gameplay video out. Obviously, those people who do have the game already, or not, they had it for, they said 48 hours, but they seem to be having the game a lot longer than 48 hours, so who knows exactly what's going on there. But it looks interesting. The game looks like it's really coming along to new changes, so we'll see exactly what the game will produce. And I'm just going to play some rounds here and just cover this course. This is Cypress Dunes. Very nice course, and yeah, just give it its due. As you guys know, I like to cover the courses that you guys build as well. Especially these are very worthy courses. I don't know the validity to it, but I did see that a bunch of people were mentioning that TGC has already said that they are going to be moving the upper level divisions to going to be either the master or the legendary difficulty this year, and it won't be back in the pro difficulty. They might be the lower tour in the pro difficulty, but everything seems to be going back up. You'll see right there, obviously I just chipped in. That is going to be changed. Now that your chip shots are going to be 25 yards to 40 yards, I think it was, or 25. I don't know the exact distance for all of them, but I know your lob wedge will go all the way up to 25 yards. So you have to be able to hit pitch shots. You'll have to be able to hit partials. And if you can't do that, then you're going to struggle around the greens. And that's why I don't advocate for swinging 105, 110%, because you lose your ability to feel out essentially how to hit partial swings. So if you can't hit partials, you're going to struggle. That's a partial shot right there. So that's something you definitely should be practicing all the time. Right now, if you're playing 2k21, you know you're going to be getting 2k23. Highly recommend not hitting splash shots around greens, and I highly recommend hitting partials as much as possible. Because if you can do that, it'll give you a great base to start your game off as soon as you get it. So that way, essentially, you're starting the game off and you're already ready to go, because hitting partials and everything is easy for you. I do not want to go behind these trees. Should be able to get there, though. Oh, that's in the bunker. It's actually not terrible. That's terrible. The lie was gnarly. I will say I like the sound a lot better in the new game. The swings look a little bit better. The graphics don't look any different. And you guys know I will always give you my honest feedback towards the game. I will always give you, no matter what, whether I like it, whether I hate it, whether I love it, you're going to get the truth. And it's pretty disappointing to see that there has been no graphics update. It's no matter what people say, PS5, PS4, Xbox, PC, all of that stuff. Like all the gameplay stuff was played on PC. PCs have the ability to be the highest graphics that you can possibly get, and yet it looked no different, if not sometimes it looks a little bit worse than this game actually does on a PS5 or an Xbox X. So yeah, I don't really know. They kind of dropped the ball on that one, but that's pretty much what we're going to be dealing with. Obviously, graphics wise, is you only can do so much. But I think EA, if they can deliver some big features into their game, it's going to be huge, because they have the engine, the Frostbite engine. I think they might be using that one still. If they have that engine that they're willing to bring to golf, and then they combine that with a course builder or some really cool My Career Society event type creative builds, they can steal a lot of people away, because a lot of people are really disappointed with 2K's desire to listen in and essentially do the things that people ask. The small things, the quality of light things, like if people are using light grids, why is there not one in the bunker? Just small things like that. Should roll down to the flag. Oh, it just got stuck. Wow, 1 yard. That's gonna stink. Gotta hit this over here. Ooh. Tough putt here. Gassed it right on through. Do. Turn that phone off. Turn the phone off. Yeah, but we're just about 2 weeks out. So 2 weeks out, October 11th, which is about 2.5 weeks. Obviously, a lot of the gameplay is the same. I just see a lot of like people playing videos. Not a ton of features, tips, any of that stuff. All that stuff's going to come out on my channel as soon as the game comes out. I'll be pulling long hours just to try to get you guys the data as quickly as possible, and hopefully it helps you guys out, because that's what it's all about. Like I said, you're definitely going to want to be practicing your pitch shots. You're definitely going to want to be practicing. There's also the punch shot. I'm going to be able to see what kind of characteristics that will bring, but pitch shots will probably be very much the same in the new game. I do really like that they made all the clubs the same now. So you literally are just customizing your bag based off of what you deem to be what you want in it, because it doesn't give you extra boosts. That's purely on your fittings and your skill boosts, which I think is really cool, because I like being able to create a custom bag, something that matches what my real life golf bag is like. That'd be really cool to do. Gives you more of like a personal feel to it. From what I've seen though, it doesn't look like, it looks like the difficulty is a lot easier. I see people hitting 105, 106% frequently and just absolutely hitting perfects over and over and over again, which in my opinion shouldn't actually be a thing. But there's always going to be some sort of meta that people kind of break. I've even seen 110% swing on a video. Somebody let me know about it. I looked it up. 110%. Like, that's ridiculous. That doesn't even need to be in the game. Who's swinging 110% in real life? So, but whatever comes out, people are going to find their ways. I mean, that's part of video games, you know? But if you want to be 100% swinger, perfect perfects, you want to have consistent distances, then you're going to want to be subscribed, because that's the way that I play, that's the way that I teach, that's the way that I make tip videos. It's all based off of hitting perfect perfects, consistent numbers over and over and over again. And yeah, that's pretty much how I do it. I don't like oh, where should I go this way? Let's go this way. I'm not a big fan of instability. I like to know consistency, which I think is going to be a massive thing, because if you're using all these boosts, depending on if the boost, you're going to have a boost yardage, and then you're going to have a non-boost yardage, which is going to slow people down. People are going to be taking longer than ever. I already know there's a bunch of people who obviously write all their numbers down. They're going to have a whole chart of numbers that they have, that they're going to be calculating all of the time. Ooh. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. It's still going. That's what I get for going at that one, huh? Let's see what I can do getting back up this hill. Oh! If you see in the shot skills video that I made, a lot of it you can front weight. I think you should front weight a lot of your stuff in my early impressions towards the putting and wedge play. I think that is really the smartest option you possibly can do, because the early stuff in the other clubs is really not that great. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see if I can get this pitch in the hole. Oh! Yeah, they're very slick, which is good. I'm very interested to see what course designers do in the new game. Course designers in the new game, I think they're gonna... Obviously, I wouldn't be creating a course right out of the gate, because depending on, like, from what I'm seeing is exactly what kind of I expected. People are going to be just pounding the powerhouse archetypes, and they're just going to be trying to hit the ball as far as possible, just like they always do. And if they're able to hit 110% swings and still somewhat keep it straight, it's going to be ridiculous. So obviously there's going to be people who play the golf game a little bit differently, but if that's the case, then we're going to have another... Ooh. we're going to have another version of the game in which course designers are just making extremely long courses with extremely fast, hard-breaking greens because people have just maxed them out. Oh, maxed out the distances, but this is a really good course. Slick greens, tough, but it's not a terribly long course. Got a little bit of wind here. Let's see, 5. Oh yeah, this is a perfect number. Let's bring it in. Went a little bit long there. Hit the flag. Dang. A little chipper. But you'll notice I practice a lot with the partial shots. Like I said, I'm gonna keep on preaching it. You're gonna want to practice your partial shots. If you have no feel for partial shots, you're gonna struggle right out of the gate. There is no denying it, because you're only gonna be able to use splash shots out of the bunker. Damn, look at these greens. I like it. Tough little course. Ah, too fast. Too much power. Squander that opportunity. These are tough pin locations. But if you're just watching, this is Cypress Dunes. It's a really good course. Playing in the early 1981 Society. Just a couple quick fun rounds just to keep the game a little, keep the swing hot. Looking forward to what is going to happen in the new game coming out. It should be really close. Ooh. Bring it back, come on. Wow, I just didn't bring it back enough. There she blows. But if you guys have any questions, you want to talk about the new game, you want to have any questions because you're not getting the new game about this game, feel free to ask them in the comment section down below. Chipping on the green, is it allowed in 2K23? I mean, if you're playing by yourself, you can do it whenever you want. But if you were playing anywhere else, most likely it won't be allowed and you'll get disqualified from any society event. But I'm assuming it will still be in the game. Oh, wow, that just stayed there. Pitch shot. Should roll out. There it is. Bum, 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 bum. Obviously for me right now, score doesn't really matter that much. Just kind of highlighting the course, playing it pretty decently quick. I just don't want to get the new game and not have played PGA in a bit. I've been playing a lot of NBA lately. That's been my primary game that I've been playing. See if we can spin this one back. Phew. Nice. See if we can finish birdie birdie. I'm going to play a second round so that way this stream will last probably another 30 minutes or so. Usually play about a round in about 20 minutes, so feel free to hop in, ask whatever questions you like. And if you're going to watch this later, or you're watching this later, then, like I said, pop your questions down in the comments section, and I usually answer all of the comments. I'll answer what I can, what I know, but if you have any questions about the skills, the archetypes, the new clubs, the golf balls, then there's videos on my channel about all of those. I already made them. Gameplay looks pretty similar. The golf balls are interesting that they're fully cosmetic, so like your golf ball is purely like if you want it to be white, yellow, whatever you want it to be. That's purely up to you, whatever brand you want to play. But where you get your boosts in the putting category, or not in the putting, in the golf ball category, is what's for bogey? You get your boost through the collectibles, the legendary, the rare. You equip that on top of your golf ball, and that's where you get whatever boosts you're gonna have. So, how many rounds per event will you play? Like today? Is that what you're asking? Or are you talking about when the new game comes out? How many events will I be playing? Today I'm just doing, I just did round 1, and I'm going to do this next round 2. And I think that'll be it for today's video. Just want to highlight courses. Pretty much before the new game comes out, I think it's worthwhile to highlight some of the courses that will be carried into the new game. Some course designers. Oh, how many rounds in career mode? So when the new game comes out, I always do... Well, that's just me not paying attention. When the new game comes out, I always do a video on how you can level up as fast as possible. So I'm very much so a multiplayer type person. I like playing against my friends. I like playing against people in online societies. I like the competition that isn't AI. But I always know that the fastest way to level your player up is always through the career mode. So I will play as much as I need to probably get to level 50. Once you get to level 50, you max out your skill points. So that is pretty much, I don't know what that number will be, but I will have a video as soon as the game comes out after I run some tests on numbers of what settings are best and exactly what you should do to level up as fast as possible. Well, how did that stay there? So that way you're not wasting your time, and everything you do you're getting max XP for, max skill points, so on and so forth. But I will say I'll be playing career mode probably up until I get to level 50, and then all of my content will be mostly multiplayer online play, playing against other people. Yeah, no problem. That, like, obviously I don't have the game until October 11th, but that's usually one of my most watched videos. Is how to level up as fast as possible, because I don't know, I know some people love the career mode and they don't like playing people online, but for me personally, it can get very stale and boring after a while, so I just want to get it done with and maximize as much as possible. I didn't even pay attention to the wind there. Let's chip this in for fun. So that video will definitely come out as soon as the game comes out. I can talk about some of the videos that I'm going to do. And if you guys have any recommendations... Oh, I just one-hopped it. So some of the videos that I always do, I always run the numbers, so you will have exact yardages. I do lie angle, so if you're in a 70%, how does that affect you? If you're in 80, 90, 60, 50%, I always do that video on lie penalty. I always do wind. I break it down into all of the wind categories, exactly what the numbers are. I also do elevation. I run those numbers and find out exactly how much elevation affects your golf ball. And then I obviously will be doing a video on the best skills to layer on top of each other, so that way if you're a momentum player or you're a support player, that'll help you out as well. And then what other content? Damn, these greens are fast. What else am I going to be making a video on? Obviously, the clubs this year are not going to matter as much. That was a horrible meter. The clubs won't be able to matter as much, and that's just simply because they're all just cosmetic. But I'll probably make a video on exactly where you should put your fittings based on what you want as a player. And I think the most interesting thing for me is going to be what archetype is the best build to make. Obviously, there's probably going to be a meta in which everyone is picking the power boost. But you just have to ask yourself, how do you like to play the game? Go down the hill. I've never been a 106% swinger of the golf ball. Ooh. So there's which build is it? It's the orange build. Can't think of it right now, but it's the orange build. It's the last one. It's pretty much like you're the jack of all trades. I think that is the area in which that I will be going. Just because I'm gonna be playing at a very high difficulty, and I know swing tempo and timing is going to be a massive thing. Oh, just a little bit fast. What do we got? Hole 7 here? Hole 7. But like I said, this is Cypress Dunes. Putting is your weakness. I will start with greensman to see if it helps. I can give you some tips. Last week I gave somebody... Was it you, John? Last week I gave somebody a full putting breakdown on putting. So... I don't remember the exact person that I did it for. But if putting is your weakness... is it green reading that's your weakness, or... Oh, that's probably too long. Oh, it stayed up. If it's green reading, then that's something I can help with. If it's like meters, you'd have to just pretty much describe to me what the weakness is when it comes to putting. But I think it's going to change. Like, there's going to be some... If you don't have your putt path and your putt stroke, it's not going to be as easy. So I think it's going to really separate good putters from bad putters. It's also going to separate the skills. Because if you have a low putting path and you can't make do, I'm going to try to figure out what putting rating. I want to go in that bunker. Oh, I'm going to go figure out... Oh, wow, I just buried. Figure out what putting rating is essentially going to be good enough to have... Yeah, there's not much you can do with that. Look at it, you can't even hit it. That's hilarious. I've never seen a ball stuck like that. Let's pitch this in. Practice our little pitches. Oh, I can't. This ball's gonna roll way down that hill. Not if you make it. Bum, 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 bum. I wonder if this course was a TGC course. .101. Seven. That's gonna carry flag. Okay. That should be good. Just a little short. Super fast greens. Bum 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 bum. Well, I'm not sure exactly who made Cypress Dunes, but very good course. Highly recommend giving it a try. Wind speeds are between 7 to 12 miles an hour on this round. They're at the medium level. It's what I didn't set it. It's just whatever the society set. The first round they were higher. That's something that I'm actually very interested to see is TGC in the higher divisions because people were shooting so low on the par difficulty. Go off the green. Oh, they cranked every round up. Like every round was 15 plus miles an hour. So I'm interested to see if they. Oh my god, I'm going back down the hill. I'm interested to see if they do that again. Alright, what do we got? Alright, let's take these last 8 holes seriously. Pipe a drive right down the middle here. I'm gonna shoot 8 under right now. Gonna focus on in. Perfect. Chip this bad boy on in. Nope. Pitch shot. We're gonna practice our little pitches. Ah. Alright, there's one. 7 more birdies to go. Let's rock this out and show my worth. Downwind. There's no real reason to go at that. It's a good swing. Stay in the fairway. Perfect. Alright, what do we got? Up 4. Playing 116. The wind's not really going to affect it that much. Going a little bit long is okay. Hit stronger than I wanted. No. Gonna have to pitch this in. 60%. Yo, what is going on here? Going way over the meters. So much for birdieing out. There we go. There we go. It's one way to get a par. That was a horrible wedge shot, that first one. Absolutely horrible. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, this is a tough little hole. Is he gonna get up? Nope. Damn. Chipping again. Spin. Ah. Dang. Alright. 2 pars aren't going to get it done. This should be an easy birdie. Should be. I'm going to use the pitch shot here because I'm going to have to use that in the new game. Ooh. Alright, there we go. I need to use the pitch shot a lot more. The swings in the new game do look a lot more real than this game. This game looks very robotic. The other game, they kind of have more of like a natural swing motion to them. Go just left of this flag. Just left of it. Pew, pew. Enough of... Should be good. Should be good. Oh. Just got stuck on the hill. We can chip this in though. Chip, 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 chip. And there'll be a full tutorial on obviously how I swing, my cues that I use, chipping, putting, all of that stuff. You'll have every video that you can think of for that stuff. So hopefully the channel blows up. I know a lot of people have really appreciated the feedback that I give. So that's what it's all about. That's a bad swing. No, it's a good swing there. That's not going to be a good shot. Turn, turn, turn. Ah. My handicap in real golf is a 1. I play off of a 1. One handicap. I play in a lot of tournaments. I travel around a lot. I like I've said before, I'd really like to put up golf content for my actual real golf and like the tournaments that I play in, but it's just really hard to film yourself and play golf at the same time. So it's just something I have to figure out at some point. That lie sucked. Distance was great though. Nope. No. Alright, last hole of the stream. Like I said, feel free to leave any comments down below. I always will get back to you. Game comes out in a couple weeks. If there's any news that breaks, you know the drill. I get it to you as quickly as possible. Try to hit a big slinger there. Oh no. These lies are gnarly. People from getting... New perks will actually keep people from getting better. The question is, do I think the new perks will actually keep people from getting better if it helps with certain aspects? What do you mean by, like, they will overcome people's ability? Like, the perks will be so OP that people won't have to get better at the game because the perks will just give them boosts? Is that what you're asking? Ooh. If it helps with certain aspects. You said, I think you're asking, like, is it going to handicap people because if they have a weakness, they're just going to be able to put all their points towards a skill boost, and if that's the case, they don't have to actually improve in that weakness? Am I kind of understanding that's what you're... Someone can't hit straight, and the perks or archetypes will make it a bit easier to hit fairways. I don't think it's going to make it a... So... Yeah, so obviously it's going to be... Let's talk about... It's going to do very similar things to what these clubs do. So if you can't hit it straight, like you can't hit your meter straight, then you're going to have to sacrifice... I don't want clothing. I think yes and no. Obviously, that's not a great answer, but there's ways around everything. So, like, people who can't hit it straight right now, instead of hitting the... This is my wood. Instead of hitting this long driver... Where's my driver? Instead of hitting this driver, if they can't hit it straight right now, this swing plane is so low, they have to sacrifice something to, like, here, where the swing plane is massive. I think it will... What I don't like about it is the support element. If we went through, I can't pop up, I don't have it set up right now, so I can't pop up the skill boost, but if you miss 3 fairways, then it makes your meter bigger and bigger. Now, obviously, that can go away, so I think it's going to be the equivalent of you handicapping yourself with the clubs. Instead of doing it through clubs now, you're just going to do it through boosts. But unless your boosts are set up properly, your skill boosts, then I don't think it will actually give you a handicap. Especially when it comes to putting. So like putting, the skill boosts are... They're very heavy on the path and how far you hit the putts. But at the same time, you still have to read that putt. And at the same time, even if you're hitting a wedge that has a massive swing plane, you still need to know what distance to hit. Obviously, the swing plane is going to depend on your difficulty that you're in. But what I'm afraid of is people layering things, and I think that's something that it's not so much about people who can't hit it straight, it's people who can hit it straight having a massive advantage on the rest of the field, which is obviously a skill gap. Like if you use the powerhouse build, which is max distance, and then you go and you use a bunch of perks that increase your distance, like if you hit it over 325, I forgot which one it is, but if you hit it over 300 yards, then you get another power boost. So now you have the massive power boost archetype layered with a power boost because you hit a drive over 300 yards. And then you layer that with a bunch of fittings that add extra distance to your driver. Now you're hitting like 375. So that can be massively difficult. And yeah, there's definitely going to be a meta. I 100% agree with you. And then they're going to have to tweak it. You're going to see a massive tweak. But I don't know, actually, because this game came out and it took them 4 months to put out an update. And then the next update didn't come out for 6 months. And when the update came out, it was season passes, and it didn't even fix any of the issues. People were still red fasting. It took almost up to a year before they fixed the whole red fast issue. But people are swinging 110% and hitting perfect swings. So that's crazy. And I think where they're just trying to counter the strokes is short game. They took out the splash shot from your ability to hit it around the greens, and they made chipping. You now have to hit partial shots, and that's why I'm like, I preach. Yeah, I agree. 105 in 2K21. Some people have mastered that, but I've seen people hit 106s consistently. They've even hit 110% in a video. So I don't know if that is a tweak. Obviously, this was just a base build. This wasn't the final version, but hopefully they fix that. But I've never played that way, and I think people who only know how to swing max, and they don't know how to swing like partial swings, are going to struggle mightily, because you have to, all of your chip shots are going to be partials, because your lob wedge is going to go somewhere between 20 to 30 yards. That's what a chip shot is going to be. So if you need to hit an 8-yard chip shot, that's a partial shot, and if you don't know how to hit your timing because you're never used to it, or a pitch shot, if you have to hit 30 yards and you can't use a splash shot to hit it 30 yards, you have to actually use a pitch shot, and you don't know how to hit a partial pitch, you're going to struggle mightily. That's why I'm like, I know I've said it 1,000 times, but like, play 2K21 and only hit partial shots, and you're going to get so much better at this game. And that's something that people just don't care to, because they just know the meta of hit the ball as far as possible, far as possible, far as possible. Well, if you're playing in any society in the TGC, they're not going to be playing on Pro anymore. They're going to be playing on Legendary or Master next year, and you're going to be hitting gray fast, gray slows, dark gray fast, dark gray slows, and you're going to be missing fairways. You're going to be missing opportunities to layer your boosts, all just because you want to try to hit the meta of hitting the powerhouse archetyped and layering everything on top of each other. So obviously this is a little mini rant into all of it, but I just think it's going to be interesting. Let me look to see what the archetype build is. The archetype build that I kind of looked through them. Screenshots. Thing, skill. A woodsman. I think it's woodsman. Yeah, woodsman. The woodsman build, obviously I can't show it up on the screen right now, but the woodsman build, it has 70 power, 60 putting, 81 lie range, which is going to be massive. Shaping, good, 76, 73 transition, swing path, 64, and 67. Rhythm is obviously, rhythm would, if you can somehow figure out how to hit the ball far with the rhythm, but the power is just so low. Obviously you guys can't see this right now. I think Greensman is pretty good too, but the problem is the lie range is a 62. I'm going to be going, if I'm just like breaking these down, I'm going to be going towards woodsman for sure. That extra distance doesn't bother me, because that tempo is going to be, the tempo really isn't that much, it's better. How is the putting? See, they need to tweak the archetype builds, in my personal opinion. Yeah, they already complained about the chipping and how it doesn't look natural, and the putting, how it doesn't look natural. They've already given that feedback, so hopefully they fix that. I really hope they tweak some of these builds, because the builds just don't make any sense. Like, you're a better, yeah, there's no balance to them. But I guess that's what they want you to do. They want you to sacrifice something. But right now, I'm looking at the woodsman build. Because I'm going to be layering everything towards my putting anyways. Which, in that case, yeah. But obviously some people are going to differ in certain situations. By the way, I hope this video helped. It was good chatting with you all. And if you have any questions later on, you're watching this later on, or something pops into your head, just leave it in the comment section down below. I'll try to do at least one more of these before the new game comes out. What do we have? 2 weeks left? next week. Yeah, we got to get through 2 weeks, then the game comes out. If you have any more questions, I put up 2 videos. I went through all of the builds. I went through all of the new club data. And then I did a whole nother video about all of the skills, and I went through every single skill about which ones you probably want to layer. And when the game comes out, I'll run the data and figure out exactly which ones you want to layer. So hopefully that helps. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for hopping in here. And catch you guys later as always.